You know, I've been talking the last week, couple weeks. We bought this big deal. There's a dealer just moving. I don't know if he's retiring or just need money. I don't know, but just this kind of massive deal that we bought. And it was a lot of cool pieces. So oftentimes, you know, there's kind of one big chunk of something. This was a lot of smaller chunks of really cool stuff. I mean, you know, if you've been watching, you've seen some of the things they do. You can check them all out on CSNMint.com. I mean, you know, some really odd things, 17p, Silver Eagles, I mean, all this. This was one of the things that was in there. Like I said, all of these were very limited. Okay, all of these were very limited. This one I got like a couple hundred, which, by the way, is a massive, massive hoard of 1995 Silver Eagles. So, and particularly at $79.95. We can only price it this way because we kind of priced the whole deal. If I would go buy just these coins, there's no way I could do them for $79.95, particularly in NGC, Mint State 69. The American Silver Eagle, and you know, if you followed me for a while, you may well know the story, but as you know, President Ronald Reagan signs the Liberty Coin Act into law in 1985. They start making the Silver Eagle in 1986. It quickly becomes one of the most popular bullion coins in the world today, but a lot of things were going on. And one of the best, well, let's just go right to that mintage chart. I think this is kind of an interesting way to look at it. So in 86, you can see, you go all the way to the left side of that chart, you can see, you know, what happened. 86 came out, they made about 5 million coins. Then in 87, they made a bunch of coins. They have to understand, back then silver was like $2 an ounce. Okay, and people more gravitated to gold. It was like $300 an ounce, $250 an ounce back then. And so it was much different back then. And so they made all these coins in the 70s. And then what happened is by the 90s, people were still buying and collecting the back years. They weren't really looking this as, you know, nobody was certifying Silver Eagles or grading coins back then like this. These were just boxes and rolls and singles and that kind of stuff. And then you get into the 90s. 94, 95, 96, 97, 98. Those are the years that are the key years in the American Silver Eagle program. Those were the lowest mintages of the entire American Silver Eagle program. The lowest is that middle one there, 1996. Now that 1996 in Mint State 69, you're looking at probably close to a $200 coin, okay, for the 1996. But understand, anything in the 90s, these 94s, 95s, 96s, 97s, even the 98s, those are the core to any Silver Eagle collection. And the reason behind that, as you can see, and then you see, you know, mintages just skyrocket post 2008. I mean, they make more coins in a year than they made in those 5 years. You know, from 94 to 98. I mean, they make more coins in this year than they're going to make in all those years put together, is ultimately what it comes down to. So when you look at that from a standpoint, and then starting about 2000, I was the first person to grade modern issue American Silver Eagles. So I did it first. I sold it first. I did it first. And I remember I did it back in 1998, 1999. People were making fun of me, literally, saying, "Who wants to buy certified American Silver Eagles? That's absolutely ridiculous." I remember selling 2000, year 2000, Mint State 70 Silver Eagles for I think what we sell them for, $79, probably something like that. They're like, you know, $600, $700, $800, $1,000 today for 2000 NGC Mint State 70s. And so then, starting about then, and it really picked up in the mid-2000s, we start certifying all these American Silver Eagles. Well, the problem is the only way to get these coins to be able to certify them is you have to be able to get an original mint box. There's really no other way to do it. And I want to show you this. I'm going to leave it out here. This is how they come. The United States Mint does not sell Mint State Silver Eagles directly to the United States public. They only come in these boxes, and these become sealed. 500 ounces in each one, U.S. Mint. And so we'd find these old boxes because they were just around. People were, you know, banks had them, people had them as investments, had all that kind of stuff. And we'd find those boxes and then grade them. And that's how we get the Mint State 69s, the Mint State 70s. Now, the stuff in the mid-90s was very poorly made by the United States Mint as well, particularly the 96 and the 95. Very, very difficult to get in high grade. So Mint State 69 is really the highest affordable grade. You go up one grade from this, you're adding, it's going to be $1,000, $1,500, $2,000 for a Mint State 70. So now you've got a key coin that is incredibly high grade, that's 100% certified at only $79.95. And everything in silver is going up. As I'm talking today, We just got a thing from the Mint. I think they raised all their Silver Eagle prices, like the proofs and all. I think the things that are coming out, they raised them 25% today. Raised them 25% today. I mean, everything's crazy with silver out there, yet these are the old prices, $79.95. And this is a key date. You're now talking about a coin that's over a quarter of a century old. And so these old boxes that we would find and certify, they're gone from the 70s. You have to understand, they are gone from the 70s. There's no doubt about it. There was only like 10,000 boxes, less than 10,000 boxes to start with. And so those boxes, most of them were opened up back in the 90s. And the ones that are left, I mean, they bring ridiculous money. Somebody just came to the table and had some 1995 boxes. I had to pay more, you'd have to pay more than $79.95 a coin to get a fresh sealed 1995 box, just on the hope of getting the Mint State 70s. However, if you want a coin that is literally not ever going to have more coins produced. I mean, really, most of the Mint State 69s that are in existence are already holded, are already certified, have already proven their rarity and collectability over the years. This is kind of that thing where you want to hone in on, where you can still get it for less than $100, let alone less than $80, that you're really finding rarity at a whole different level that we've not been able to offer. And so it was interesting in this big deal, there was a couple of hundred of these 1995s. Now, he probably collected these or bought these or put these into his inventory, I'm assuming 20 years ago. You understand, this was the 10th anniversary of the American Silver Eagle, the 1995. It also happens to be the year of what forever was the rarest American Silver Eagle. They did a special 10th anniversary set that had a 1995 W with the W Mint proof on there. That coin, I mean, is the most expensive Silver Eagle that's ever sold. At auction, one of those, I think, at NGC went for over $100,000. Went for over $100,000, had 31,000, I think, was the mintage of those particular sets, the 1995 W. So this year is important for that as well. So for us to be able to have these coins is relatively unusual, particularly because this mid-90s stuff. So, you know, oftentimes you see people, we sell these Mint State 69 sets. Well, the 90 sets are the hardest, the 90s coins are the hardest coins to get. That little compact 5-year time is the key to the entire American Silver Eagle series. They literally make more coins in a year now than they did in that entire 5-year span. Well, you have the opportunity to basically get the coin that's almost right smack dab in the middle. I mean, I think it's the third rarest Mint State Silver Eagle, fourth rarest American Mint State Silver Eagle as it is. And with today's mintages, you know, 8, 10 times higher than what it was in 95, it is a great opportunity to buy this vintage coin in incredibly high grade. Keeping in mind, one grade higher, Mint State 70, which is perfect, you're talking about thousands of dollars for a 1995. You're talking about thousands of dollars for that. So it's $79.95. I mean, a 2024, I think we're $59.95 on. $59 or $69 on a 2024 in an NGC Mint State 69. To pay such a tiny premium for one of the most significant coins in the entire series, I mean, this is something that I would stack. 1's not enough, 2's not enough, 5 you're starting to get to the right number. This is something, you know, having 10 of these put aside, I think is a fantastic opportunity. I mean, I've not sold these individually in probably years, because they just don't exist out there in any quantity for me to be able to offer them to you. I just don't have the ability to be able to buy these coins to even be able to sell them to you, even if I was 89 or 99 or 119 or 129 or 149. That doesn't matter. It's just the quantity. It was only because of this big deal that we bought. This was one of those little sections. This is a great and unique opportunity to buy a special, you know, set year of the American Silver Eagle, one of the rarest years that has ever done, an incredibly high grade, but the quantities are crazy limited. Pick up the phone, get yours today.